Again, you're looking now live again with a view of the Soyuz MS-24 on the launch pad at Baikonur. Liftoff scheduled just 53 minutes, 45 seconds from now. The countdown is proceeding on schedule with no issues being reported from the engineers at the blockhouse in Baikonur. Atop the Soyuz 2.1A booster, strapped into their seats in the descent module of the Soyuz, NASA's Laurel O'Hara and Oleg Kononenko, along with Nikolai Chub of Roscosmos. Kononenko, the Soyuz commander, is in the center seat of the descent module, flanked to his left by Chub, serving as board engineer number 1. To Kononenko's right, NASA's Laurel O'Hara, serving as board engineer number 2. For O'Hara and Chub, this will be their first flight into space. For Kononenko, his 5th flight into space. We have engine sequence start. We have engine ignition.
Second tower separation. Pumps at flight speed.
And liftoff. O'Hara, Kononenko, and Chub begin a short-duration journey for a long-duration mission on the International Space Station. All vehicle parameters are normal. 23 seconds into the flight. Good roll, pitch, and yaw program. Engine performance on the first stage nominal.
L plus 30 seconds. Flight is nominal.
40 seconds into the flight.
Well,
Structural parameters are normal. Engine parameters reported from the blockhouse in Baikonur, all to be within limits and normal.
Давление в камерах двигателей в норме.
L, 1 minute 5 seconds into the flight.
Roll pitch yaw nominal.
All the vehicle parameters are normal. Good reports coming in from the blockhouse in Baikonur. The vehicle arcing out to the northeast from the Baikonur Cosmodrome.
Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме.
90 seconds into the flight.
Двигатели первой и второй ступени работают нормально.
L plus 90 seconds.
Good engine performance being reported.
184608. C off nominal pressure in case over 1500.
Coming up on first stage shutdown. And we have first stage separation. The vehicle now operating on its second stage engine. All parameters are normal. Good structural performance by the vehicle.
Jettison confirmed.
Launch tower jettison reported. Everything in good shape. Perfect ride to orbit for Laurel O'Hara, Oleg Kononenko, and Nikolai Chub. The Soyuz being inserted into a perfect preliminary orbit as it begins its chase to catch up to and dock to the International Space Station later this afternoon. Less than 12 minutes now until the beginning of the fly-around of the Soyuz. Once again, the fly-around itself will be at a distance of 400 meters, about a 54-degree fly-around that will take just under 5 minutes to complete, followed by a very, very brief period of station keeping to enable flight controllers to assess the angular precision between the forward docking probe on the Soyuz and the Rosviet module prior to the point at which the command will be issued for the initiation of final approach. And as you heard in that translated communications between flight controllers and Korolyov and the crew on board the Soyuz, the distance is now less than 5 kilometers between Soyuz and the station, closing at a current rate of about 8 meters per second.
Range is 850. and range rate is 2.5, approaching.
Anton, сильный помимо.
Anton, we didn't copy your last. We have road interference. Right now we're going to switch to VHF1. Antares, how do you read me on VHF1? We're really loud and clear. Well, there's there's a small bias, but we're straightening out. Range is, by my assessment, 17 meters, and range rate is 0.1. Copy. We see the target. Everything is nominal. 5332, we
Contact confirmed, docking confirmed at 1:53 p.m. Central Time, 2:53 p.m. Eastern Time, as the station and Soyuz flew 260 miles over Ukraine, south of Kyiv. And with the crew members now on board the station, there's a view of the Soyuz, the crew now on board the station. They will be moving into the Zvezda service module momentarily for welcoming remarks, followed by a safety briefing that will be conducted by Prokopiev to basically run down some of the emergency procedures that are typical and routine for a newly arrived crew. Later this evening, Kononenko and Chub will be deactivating the Soyuz systems to put the Soyuz on a caretaker state, if you will, on station power. This is Mission Control Houston. You just heard some of the welcoming remarks by the newly arrived crew members on board the International Space Station. Soyuz MS-24 crew that launched this morning, just about 6 hours ago, at 10:44 a.m. Central Time, 11:44 a.m. Eastern Time, arriving at the station for a docking to the Rosviet module 3 hours, 9 minutes later at 1:53 p.m. Central, 2:53 p.m. Eastern Time. The leak checks between the Soyuz and the International Space Station were ongoing. About 2 hours after docking, everything was in good shape, so the hatches finally were opened. The Soyuz hatch opening at 4:16 p.m. Central Time, 5:16 p.m. Eastern Time, enabling Kononenko, Laurel O'Hara, and Nikolai Chub to float on board and join their Expedition 69 crewmates, increasing the station population to 10 crew members for the next 12 days. A good view of the Soyuz MS-24 that functioned in flawless fashion from launch to docking, bringing to the International Space Station Kononenko, Chub, and O'Hara. Kononenko and Chub beginning 1 year on the International Space Station, Laurel O'Hara beginning a 6-month stay on the International Outpost. So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage for today. Thanks for being with us throughout the course of the day for the launch, docking, and arrival on board the station. This is Mission Control Houston.